Today we will discuss about the hardness of water. Hardness of water is mainly due to the presence of divalent ions like calcium, magnesium as cations, and anions can be sulfates, bicarbonates, chlorides, etc. When we talk about hard water, we know that with hard water, soap it cannot produce leather. Instead, it produces insoluble precipitate, which is known as scum. So, actually, what happens? Let us see this equation. This is the soap, that is the sodium salt of the fatty acid. So, this soap is when reacting with water, which is having calcium ions, that is hard water, it is producing calcium stearate, which is an insoluble precipitate, and scum formation takes place due to which the leather is not produced. Let us discuss about the effects of hard water, because the hard water it causes many undesirable effects, like it results in the formation of scum, as I told you earlier, because it reacts with water and hinders its ability to form leather because it forms insoluble precipitate. Second is it helps in the formation of scale, that is calcium and magnesium carbonates. They tend to precipitate out as hard deposit on the surfaces of pipes or heat exchangers, or you can see geysers. So that is responsible for thermal decomposition of bicarbonate ions, and also it happens to some extent even in absence of such ions. It also results in corrosion, that is the presence of ions in an electrolyte, in this case hard water, can lead to galvanic corrosion. So these all are undesirable effects. Now let us discuss about the types of hardness. There are two types of hardness. One is the temporary hardness, which is also known as the carbonate hardness, and second one is the permanent hardness, which is known as the non-carbonate hardness. When we talk about temporary hardness, it is due to the combination of calcium magnesium ions with bicarbonate ions in water, and it is called temporary because it can be removed by just boiling the water or by addition of lime, that is calcium hydroxide. While the permanent hardness, it is non-carbonate hardness, and that is due to the presence of calcium magnesium ions, and along with that sulfates and chlorides are present, which become more soluble as the temperature rises. Now let us discuss about the units of hardness, how hardness is expressed. It is expressed as parts per million, ppm. 1 parts per million is 1 part of calcium carbonate equivalent in 106 parts of water, or you can write it as 1 milligram per liter, that is equal to 1 ppm, or in terms of degree Clark you can find it out. 1 ppm is equal to 1 milligram per liter, or that is equal to 0.1 degree French or 0.07 degree Clark. Now let us do the calculation of hardness. Hardness is calculated in terms of equivalent of calcium carbonate. So equivalent of calcium carbonate, that will be equal to the mass of hardness producing substance upon the chemical equivalent of hardness producing substance into 50. Let us discuss few techniques which are related to the softening of water. First is how to remove the temporary hardness. Temporary hardness, it can be simply removed by boiling, because when we boil hard water, the calcium and magnesium bicarbonate which is present, that will decompose into calcium or magnesium carbonate, which is insoluble, and the precipitate it can be filtered off. Second is by the addition of slaked lime, that is known as the Clark's process, in which the hard water will be treated with calcium hydroxide. So insoluble calcium carbonate will precipitate out, and water will become soft. So here is the equation, that is calcium bicarbonate, it is reacting with slaked lime, and that will result in the formation of calcium carbonate and water. Now let us discuss the methods to remove the permanent hardness. This is hard water. This will be treated with washing soda, that is sodium carbonate. So that will give you calcium carbonate, which is water insoluble. so it can be easily removed off. Similarly, magnesium chloride when react with the washing soda, that gives you magnesium carbonate, that is insoluble precipitate, and it can be removed off. Now let us discuss the Calgon process. Calgon, it is a trade name of sodium hexametaphosphate, and that is used for softening hard water. It ionizes to give a complex anion. So first of all, when Calgon is added to a hard water, it will dissociate into a complex anion, and that complex anion, it will react with the divalent ion of the hard water, and it will replace sodium ions from the anions of Calgon. So this is the reaction which is occurring. You can see here it was Na4 and now it is Na2, and Na is replaced by calcium. So this goes into the solution. Next is the permuted method, or which is also known as sodium aluminum silicate, which is a complex compound that occurs as a natural mineral called zeolite. So it is also known as zeolite process. So this is zeolite which we are taking, and this is the hard water. So the sodium from this zeolite, it will be replaced by calcium. You can see here. Similarly with magnesium sulfate, sodium will be replaced by magnesium. So that zeolite will now have calcium and magnesium ions stuck in that. So if you have to reuse it, so you have to wash it with brine water, that is sodium chloride. That process is known as regeneration, in which it will be treated with NaCl. So this calcium which is stuck will be again replaced by sodium. So this regenerated permutate is now again ready for second use. Next is the ion exchange method, in which we will be taking cationic and anionic ion exchanger, and hard water will be passed through it. So in cationic exchanger, this cation, it will be exchanged, and in anionic exchanger, the anions will be exchanged. So first the hard water when passed through cationic exchanger, so the cation part of the hard water, that is calcium or magnesium ion, that will be replaced by this, resulting in a formation of a calcium complex here. Similarly, that water, it is now free from calcium ions, so it is having H plus ions only, plus the Cl or the anion part. So that will be again passed through the anionic exchanger. So there the anionic part, it will be exchanged, chloride will be stuck in the exchanger, and now H plus and this OH negative, that will give you what is known as the deionized water. This is the instrumental setup. This is the acid resin or base exchange resin, and this is basic resin or acid exchange resin. So hard water will be passed through it. So cations, they will be exchanged, that is calcium ions will be stuck here. Now water free from cation, it will go to the anion exchanger. So anions, they will be exchanged here, and finally the water will be free from all the cations and anions which are responsible for the hardness of water. So this type of water is known as the demineralized water. Now when you have to use it for the second time, you cannot use it directly, because in this exchanger calcium ion is stuck, and in this one chloride ions, they are stuck. So it has to be washed. So that process is known as regeneration. This process is known as regeneration, where the acidic resin, it will be washed with the acid, and this one will be washed with base. So this is the equation for acidic one. Calcium was stuck here in the resin. Now when it is treated with an acid, you will get the regenerated acidic resin plus calcium and sulfate ions, they will be removed as washing.